Now, Shirley is involved in so many ways in this club. She has been the glue that has held it together. She is on the precipice or on the verge of becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. I think Andy mentioned it earlier to our guest that it is the highest level of achievement in Toastmasters. Means you've been through a lot of different projects. You've delivered something like 60 speeches, all kinds of variations, different types of challenges. And while I personally did,
I can tell you I have the highest respect for people who have, because of several reasons, not necessarily because of the specific speeches or the accomplishments, but for two reasons. What they do is they prove that Toastmasters is something valuable in their life, and then by extension, they tell others it's something that you ought to get your feet wet, put your toes in the water, and begin to face that fear of public speaking. And it's also a way to mentor people and to help people grow. You know, I remember as someone who was starting out on my Toastmaster journey, how people helped me. But until I became a mentor, until I saw somebody delivering a third or fourth speech and saw what amazing progress they had made, someone like Alissa, for example, how she has grown as a speaker, it really enriches you. And so I think those are ingredients in Shirley's DTM journey that are kind of obvious to me. And tonight she'll be giving her second and final speech on her DTM project. Leadership is a skill she'll share how they applied in her project, and how you do it all the time. We're all leaders. Let's cheer her on. Connecting with Unity, Shirley Rowell.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, here I am at the end of a long journey in Toastmasters. At each ending is a beginning, and something else arises. Tonight, I will share with you some things that I learned from my journey to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. I joined Toastmasters in 2015. I always loved learning in groups, and I saw that Carrollwood Toastmasters was a welcoming group, and it was structured, and I just loved hearing people tell their stories. And so I joined. Toastmasters has come a long ways since then. And I would have never believed I had taken on the challenge that I did. Look how technology has become a part of us. I can't even imagine where we're going to be in another 5 years. Zoom has kept us alive by going through the pandemic, and it gave us opportunities to learn technical skills. I never would have believed I would have taken on those challenges that it had to offer, but I did. I never thought about being a distinguished Toastmaster, but along the way, after Pathways in 2018 started, I said, why not? And I took on the challenge. There were many speeches, officers' roles to have, and events to deal with. I believe it's people like you that have helped me to become where I am today. We can't do it alone because we are better together. Through the years, we worked as a team with goals. And I believe communication and inspiration are the key elements, along with action and helping each other grow. Skills in learning to work with others is the best thing that you can learn because we all come from different places and we're all unique. Do you know that we're all leaders? Leadership is a skill. A leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And that's by John Maxwell. I want you to choose an area in your life, whether it is your home life, being a husband, a parent, maybe even in your job where you are an employee or a manager, or maybe even in Toastmasters. Just think about one of those areas and focus on it. Do you have it? Okay, see if this applies to you as it did in my project. Toastmasters elements in leadership. First, you have an idea or a vision of what it is you want or want to happen. But then you have to communicate it to others. Third, you have to motivate other people to take part in your vision. And then you can show them something that they can do inside of this part. Whether it's your kids or anybody, you can also motivate them and encourage them. This is what we call teamwork. But you need to communicate along the way to keep it alive and have different discussions. Then you want to be in action in what you're all about. Take the time. But here's the thing that I found in Toastmasters that is really, to me, the icing on the cake. You want to be able to give feedback in a helpful way. And also, lastly, you want to acknowledge the person or people for all the good that they have brought. Okay, can you see how this might apply to you in some area? Now let me present my project, Connect Unity. First, my vision was to help others learn some skills so they were able to connect with other people. So I wanted to do something outside of Toastmasters. And so I picked my church, Unity North Tampa. Some of the people were reluctant to go to church or couldn't go to church. But our church has services on YouTube. And some of the people didn't know how to use their devices to be able to connect in. So I thought of this idea, and I asked my minister if we could have an event where we can share with others on how they can connect with their devices. My minister, Reverend Cynthia Alice Anderson, agreed that it was a great idea, and so my project was approved. I then recruited a team, and it is very important to have the right people because the right people make all the difference in the world. I have a friend, Jeff Mock, and he's here tonight. Yay, Jeff, who is skilled in technology. And when I shared this idea with him, he was all in. He created the presentation, and he also was willing to be the presenter. And then we had a member, Amanda Stanko, from the church, who volunteered to set up the whole room and to be a photographer. So we set the date for February the 13th. All was set, except we had a flood in our church the night before, where a water heater busted and it exploded and flooded the whole church. What did that teach me? It taught me how to deal with expectations and to be patient. All of this was on hold. Life doesn't always happen like you want it to. The next date that was available was April the 10th, because then we could have the event. And the Project Connect Unity was a huge success. I'm going to show you a few pictures of the event. Here first. Okay. Knocking the speaker. Oh, blocking the speaker. Okay. Sorry. All right. This is my Distinguished Toastmaster project. This was what we tried to tell them what it was all about. So you have to have like a flyer or an intro. So it said, are you stressed about how to use your computer or your phone? At Unity North Tampa, we're offering a free workshop to make this easy and stress-free. Learn to go on YouTube and watch services, as well as get help from your phone or your other devices. And that was the date. And so we held this at our church at Unity North Tampa, April the 10th, 2022. And this is what Jeff presented. Here he is. He is ready to go, like he's pledging the allegiance with his red mask. Huh? It's not showing?
It's not sharing.
Oh, how can I do this? What's going on here? One moment, please.
The assistant pastor at Unity will help.
Okay. All right. We will go on from here. And this is where I'm introducing Jeff before we started and a few of our members that were there. And then here is Jeff presenting, and he's actually presenting for iPhone, Android, PC, and the laptop. And here he is working with some members on the iPhone. And here it is working with a member on her iPhone. He was a huge help. So I know that we helped others and that technology is here to help us and not overwhelm us. So if you just take baby steps, this all helps our brains grow instead of become stagnant. And this is what I was trying to get over to some of our elderly people that are afraid of devices. And if you look at it in a positive way, and then sharing with them, I felt very valued, you know? There's a lot to learn about life and others, and being a Toastmaster has taught me skills in communicating with others and taking actions, inspiring others, and knowing that we are better together. And as I said at the end, this is the journey that I remember. At each ending, there is a beginning, and something else arises. So what is your new beginning?
Evaluator. Shirley, it was such a pleasure to be able to witness.
Hold on. You.
Hello?
No.
Hold on.
I'm not being timed, am I, right now?
Yes, you are. You got 30 seconds to wrap it up. No, you should be all set now.
Okay, we
Go ahead.
good? Techmaster, awesome, thumbs up. Okay, great. Shirley, it was such a pleasure to be able to evaluate your final speech of your DTM project. I really feel honored to be able to be your evaluator today. Your title, Connecting with Unity, why am I not surprised that you would choose something about everyone working together? I mean, this fabulous person, her signature block in her email has the quote, "We're better together." So this really is like her personal mantra. And she just brought it into her speech today. Shirley, things that you excelled at. I really liked that you have embraced the hybrid community. You looked at us in you looked at us in the eye, and you looked everyone in person in the eye as you spoke. So you had excellent eye contact with the whole group. You also had amazing facial expressions. When you got upset about the water heater exploding, then the flood, oh my goodness. And how much you appreciated Jeff and his presentation and helping you bring technology to the members of your church. Some things that you may want to work on, since we are all lifelong learners, is that to your notes, you kept looking down. And I know this is something that you've worked on over the years. Just raise them a little higher, or to challenge yourself even more, memorize your whole speech. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm still working on that myself. The other thing that could use some work was your gestures. Just like me, all you can see is like from my shoulders up. I didn't see much gestures, and the few that I did kind of got caught in the background with the bricks. So like your hand disappeared, trying to make my hand disappear. So just work on that. Maybe have your hands up a little higher, but in front of you. Try that as a suggestion. Also, towards challenging yourself, what I noticed was as you were looking at us in the eye, those that are virtual, you were doing it with your laptop, which meant the people in person, you were hiding from them. So I don't know what the solution is for that. Your laptop was perfectly situated for the camera to see you at the right angle and everything. But when I was looking at you through Dawn's camera, it looked, all I could see was from here up because you were behind the laptop. So it looked like a talking laptop. And otherwise, you did an exceptional job. There's really nothing to critique beyond just these teeny little things. And Shirley, thank you so much for sharing with us. General Evaluator.